headed to Italy in the near future, and I'm actually here in Toronto with some friends, and unexpectedly we came up with this incredible video idea that I want to share with you. I'm here with my most talented friend, Larissa. She is a hospitality and wine connoisseur, and her heart and her brain are filled with so much knowledge around wine, but especially Italian wines. Don't worry, this video isn't only going to be about Italian wine, but since I'm going to Italy soon, I thought some of you are probably traveling there this summer. We thought it would be fun to put together a little video where we will show you 2 wines and a bottle of Italian olive oil. And for each wine, we're going to paint a little picture, a little scenario of perhaps where you would be drinking that wine or consuming that olive oil. And then for each scenario, what I would recommend you wear. So if you are holidaying in Italy, or if you just want to pretend like you are, hopefully you'll like today's video. We came up with this idea like very last minute. I only have a few things packed with me. I was not expecting to make this video, so I also had to shop my friend's closet. But this is like the way travel is. You work with what you have. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's jump on in.
So the first wine would be perfect as you stop your hike in the Dolomites. This is from Elisabetta Foradori. She is an iconic winemaker in the Dolomites, growing grapes for already a few decades. It's organic, natural. It's a Pinot Grigio done with skin contact, so that makes it an orange wine. It's perfect for lunch, so perfect with some charcuterie, some cheese before you continue your hike. A big thing in Italy is always lunch. So whether you're on the beach, whether you're hiking, whether you're skiing, no matter the time of year, everybody stops for a great lunch. And that always involves wine. Usually in the Dolomites, they have these great refugios and people will book them. And there is always amazing food. So think those like really nice big salads with walnuts and cheeses and some salami on them. That's really kind of the lunch style you're looking for. And people come in dressed in their full hiking gear. They stop and you continue. I always struggle with this. You have one bottle you can bring back. What do? Personally, what I love to do is when I've gone to a great restaurant, or it could be a bottle I picked up at a wine shop and I just enjoyed on the beach with a loved one or a friend. That's what I choose to always bring back because it is a memory, and that is what travel is. It's experiences, it's memories, and when you bring that bottle back and you enjoy it at your dinner table or on your patio at home, for a moment, it'll just probably take you back and transport you to that wonderful vacation that you were on. It doesn't have to be an expensive bottle. It can just be a bottle you bought at, the local Italian grocery store, but it'll evoke some memory and start a story. And so that's what I love to do. So hope you do too.
This is what I would wear. I feel very sporty, but I think it still looks good. The only thing I had to shop my friend's closet for are these black leggings. Everything else is my own. I think this is feeling pretty good. The shirt is linen, so it's nice and breathable, protects you from the sun, but also will keep you nice and cool as you are hiking. I love black. I think black and navy is such a chic combo. However, in the sun, you might want to go for lighter colors, but what I really like here is the column. It still feels modest, even though I've got a little bit of midriff showing. So when I get to lunch, I can throw on the linen shirt or I can tie it around my waist, whatever, as we're hiking. But yes, I would fully wear this. And I also have color in the sneaker. Got the sunnies, which are very important. To protect yourself from the sun, you should probably do a hat of some sort, but I would maybe do like a really cool visor. I think that might look a little bit more chic. And then of course I would take this off for lunch. Because it's just a hike in the Dolomites, like we're not running a marathon. I deliberately chose to keep my watch. I think it's just like a nice little detail. It makes it a little bit more refined. I chose to keep the necklace because again, I think it adds a little bit of sparkle, and I'm wearing my Ana Luisa earrings. I co-designed these with Ana Luisa. I'll leave a link for you in the description box. I especially like these because they don't feel like too much. So they are so versatile and multi-purpose. You can wear them on a hike and not feel too fancy, and then you can take them into lunch. So some of the elements that are keeping this look a little bit more refined and lunch ready, minus the hat, are that we've still got these really beautiful elements of tailoring with the sport. So the shirt has a little bit of structure, a little bit of tailoring, which always adds a little bit of that elegance. And of course, as I mentioned, the jewelry also adds that sense of refinement. So even if you're hiking, it's not like you'll see Italians wearing like old grimy sports sweatshirt or something like that. So you can bring in some of the more refined pieces in your closet by way of structure, tailoring, and just a hint of jewelry.
Aperitivo hour. Definitely, I think, my favorite hour in Italy. It's just a time before, once you're done your day, before dinner, people change, they get a little dressed up, time to start the evening, make plans what you're gonna do that night. Which better way than over a glass of rosé? This is a Tuscan Rosé made just outside the town of Lucca, which is beautiful. But this is served all along the coast. Think Maremma, Bolgheri, Argentario, full Tuscan coast. It's light, it's crisp, perfect way to start the evening. Fattoria Sardi, amazing. Again, organic, natural, all sustainable, just perfect to sip in this beautiful heat. I love this winery, Fattoria Sardi, because unlike the rest of Tuscany, they actually specialize in making rosé. They decided we're gonna make one of the best rosés in Tuscany. It's made from 100% Sangiovese grape that usually goes into Chianti, but they have really put their money on rosé, and their bottles are sought after year after year. So there's less stuff done to it, less chemical pesticides being used, less intervention, no sugar added, better for you, better for the environment. There's usually like to be certified organic and biodynamic, you have to surpass lots of regulations in Europe. So this wine I would definitely pair with your nice little aperitivi snacks. Think crudo, think some oysters, think crudo, so you have your beautiful raw fish with olive oil and some lemon. Definitely olives, nice, fresh, you know, some little crackers, some chips, just nice, fresh little snacks to whet your appetite before you go on to dinner. On the coast, enjoying the view, people watching. Yeah, definitely it's like the start of the night, see what people are up to. Yeah.
Tivo hour, I'm assuming that you would have time to go home and change, but sometimes if you are traveling, maybe you don't have that kind of time. The only thing I would do, like I normally during the day when I travel have a little backpack, so I think you could slip in a cute pair of like either more stylish flats, or I've got these little slingbacks. A couple of things that I think are really working here are the high contrast, especially if you're traveling and you're traveling all with neutrals. I think the high contrast is what gives you a lot of nice visual impact, and it's very simple, so it's low effort, high visual impact. The other pieces that are interesting are the mix of textures. This is a really great like linen cotton blend tee, so it keeps you nice and cool, but it's still elegant. It's got that little bit of detail that we've got here. My co-designed Brave leather belt, it's got this like really nice sort of texture to mix with the cream in the pants. These pants were actually my mother's, but she gave them to me. I think they're really nice. They're like a nice light cotton with a little bit of stretch, and they do have some really good breathing room. So we get the nice, sleek, crisp silhouette with a little bit of flair. And I feel like Italian style is always quite elegant and quite timeless, but where they can, they'll add that little bit of flair. So I thought these pants were a really nice injection of that flair, because they're very subtle, but they've got that little cute scalloped edging at the bottom. Works really well to show off the slingback. And I kept all the jewelry the same, because assuming you're traveling, you're probably not packing a ton of jewelry. And I think it still looks really good. Elegant watch, my one necklace, and here's something I had to shop my friend's closet for, this incredible scarf. I thought for aperitivo hour, we kind of took inspiration from the sea. Feels a little bit like light and delicate. So I thought rather than a hat, I think the scarf kind of evokes like the flowiness of the sea. And of course, I feel like a headscarf is kind of the epitome of Italian summer, you know, like we see all of these like old iconic, you know, the Sophia Loren, the Monica Bellucci. I just feel like scarf is kind of the quintessential summer Italian accessory. I've just tied it in my hair like this. I would fully wear this for aperitivo hour. Buon appetito!
Aperitivo hour is over and we've made plans at a beautiful restaurant. Think Michelin restaurant, somewhere in Abruzzo, in the hills. You have to drive to reach this place. You're gonna stay there overnight so you can just enjoy. So this is pretty much like the gold standard of organic extra virgin olive oil from Emidio Pepe, which ties in with the other wines. They are a world-class organic wine producer in Abruzzo. Wines from Emidio Pepe are sought after all over the world. They are extraordinary example of organic and natural wine made properly. He's definitely a pioneer in this. And this is his extra virgin olive oil. It's 100% from this area. DOP product, organic, super small production. There's a date in the back of the bottle. There's a production number. This is the type of bottle that will be on your table at your Michelin restaurant as a finishing olive oil. Definitely Italians, they love good olive oil. It's used, drizzle on top of your pasta, on top of your salad, beef. So this is definitely like a super refined extra virgin olive oil to enjoy at your dinner as you're beautifully dressed. Firstly, make sure it's in a dark bottle, okay? So those little souvenir-y olive oils that come in the clear bottle, steer clear of those. They've oxidized, they're exposed to light, you're gonna lose the flavor, you're gonna lose any of the nutritional benefit. So make sure it's in a dark bottle, smaller format, and make sure it's a DOP product. So that just shows it's certified from the area that it's made in, and make sure it has a date on it. Make sure it has an expiration date or that it's been bottled just the year before. You don't want to buy old olive oil. And also, don't save your olive oil. When you buy it, use it. Yes, don't like stash. Exactly. Use it, wear it, and enjoy it.
Okay, our final evening look. First of all, buonasera, come va? Benvenuti. You know, instead of walking into a restaurant at night in Italy, instead of saying ciao, say buonasera. Just sounds really nice and elegant. Here is our evening look. This dress is secondhand. Actually, a friend was cleaning out her closet, gave it to me. I had it altered. I'm gonna put that up in a short for you because it's very interesting how I changed it up. I know that this might feel a little bit dressed up, but what I like about this dress is that, again, it's simple. It's got this nice, simple silhouette, great little baby doll, but it's also got a little bit of edge, you know? Like, I think when you're going out in Italy in the summer, there is so much playfulness and like a little bit of that like sex appeal that gets injected in their looks, and I think what's working here for us is the texture of the dress. If you consider this dress with the baby doll silhouette, right? Like, it's not super tight, it's got pockets, yes, it's got a short hemline, yes, it's got a super deep V, but it's the leather, that mix of the leather and the baby doll, I think that makes it a really interesting combination that is like full of attitude. So I don't think you need a dress specifically to do this. If you're going out for dinner to a really beautiful, interesting restaurant in Italy, what I would try to achieve is a really interesting mix of styles. And we talk about this often on the channel, you know, like if you've got something very edgy, like for example, the texture, this faux leather mixed with the baby doll silhouette, but we're also mixing this great like gritty edge and like sexiness, bombshellness with a little demure slingback. Because this has a low V, a short hem, the leather, I don't want to look like I'm like trying too hard, so that's why I wouldn't wear, just me personally, a high heel. So I think this is also a really interesting thing that you can do to not feel too costumey, like too much. It's really easy to feel like too much when you're showing a lot of skin. So I like how the little short heel, demure slingback kind of throws everything off. It feels a little bit unexpected, and I really like that. What was interesting here also is the accessories. So I changed these up. I added a heavier earring and a heavier ring. I personally didn't want to see anything too heavy around the neck. I don't want to break up or change the lines of this beautiful V, and I don't want it to be too visually heavy against the dress. The texture of this dress itself is already visually heavy. I even think this purse might be a little bit heavy, but it's the only one I have. So this is what we're going with. I chose jewelry that's more chunky on the periphery. So it does provide a little bit of that like visual balance that I think the dress needs. Like it needs jewelry that's a little bit more weighty, but not everywhere. So I was very deliberate about like using the ring and the earrings instead of a chunky necklace. And I do believe that one of the tenets of Italian dressing in general is finding that balance, you know? So we're mixing the balance of the bombshell with the demureness. We're mixing the balance of the heavy visual texture of the dress with the balance of the jewelry here. Larissa, am I missing anything for evening? Perfetto, grazie. So that is what I have for you today. Actually, it's not just me, it's me and Larissa. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know if you liked this video. I know it's a little bit different from what I normally do, but I always love to hear your thoughts. If you're still here and watching, if you are, thank you so much for watching and being here every Sunday. It really means a lot. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you learned something new, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Have a wonderful rest of your week, a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao!